Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing my reading plans or my TBR for the Magical Readathon, basically my April TBR. If you don't know, the Magical Readathon is a very elaborate readathon that happens from time to time. So last year it was converted into a D&D style roleplay reading challenge thing. So you're basically making a character from the ground up and doing these reading challenges when they come up in the hopes of building up your character. And it's set in its own fantasy world with its own fantasy stuff, and it's really cool and neat. And I will leave a link to the creator book roast in the comments down below if you want to check stuff out. It's all on her channel, it's all well explained by her, and she has an amazing Google Doc with all the written stuff if you want to get into this. So this is the first semester of the Academy University thing, where you're basically building up the career of your character. We previously went on the novice path to get our character into the university, and so now we have our character there, they have like their guild, we have like their legacy, and now we're going to build the career for the character. So my character is Mira, and she is a blacksmith by trade, and kind of through these prompts and building the character, I've discovered that she's not just about making things, she's also really into restoring things. She really likes myths and lore, which she tries to put a lot of that into her craft, and so she's really into like any kind of legend, inscription, reading that kind of stuff. And because she's part of the archivists, her I think it's a legacy. Her thing is that she is connected to a specific god. And I chose the god of Dawn and Beginnings, who deals a lot with restoration and inscription. I could have gone with the god of like skies and riches, but I thought that just seemed a little bit too presumptuous for her. To me, my character is very humble. She's very like happy-go-lucky, bubbly kind of personality, and she's just really into her craft and making her stuff. And so of course the career I chose for Mira was crafts mage. That just seemed like the obvious choice for her. She's about making magical items, creating magical items, and restoring them. She likes creating, but she also likes learning about stuff as well. So for a crafts mage, I have to take a specific number of courses. Crafts mage only has 3 courses, at least for this round. It is, I think, one of the easier or more manageable ones. So I have to do the spells and incantation prompt, the artificery prompt, and the inscription prompt. So I have to read a short stories or essay collection. I have to read a book with an earth setting or set on earth, and then I have to read an intimidating read. So of course for this reading challenge, I would like to stick to my physical TBR, which are these books. Some of these books definitely fit the prompt pretty easily, but I have been feeling a little book slumpy recently. So I'm really open to picking up books as I want to read them, picking up new books that still fit the prompt, but just not the books I own. But if I were to read only the books I own, I definitely have some choices that would fit into these categories. So for intimidating read, I could obviously go with She Who Became the Sun. It's intimidating to me because it's very hyped up. It's a new fantasy series, and I'm still waiting on the audiobook for this, so chances are I would be reading this physically, which is a task, at least as far as my goldfish COVID brain is concerned. I've been really having a difficult time physically reading a lot of stuff. I still do it, and I still have been able to do it, but it is a much more difficult process for me these past 2 years than it has been previously. Let me know if anybody else has that problem. Another intimidating read could possibly be science fiction and fantasy, which is an anthology of sci-fi and fantasy short stories. I struggle reading short story anthologies like this, especially, again, no audiobook. I would have to read all of these physically. This is a pretty chunky book. It's pretty thick. So again, this could be a contender for that challenge. Getting into short story or essay collection. If I'm going to pick up something that I don't own right now, I would probably go with a non-fiction thing, but I do have, again, 2 short story anthologies. I have this one, which I talked about, and then I also have Out Now, which is a queer young adult anthology. Again, this does not have an audiobook, and this is also the second book in this series of companion anthologies. The first one was about the past, this one is about the present, and there is a new one coming out or came out about the future. And then As for books set on Earth, I have a YA contemporary, which is Here the Whole Time by Victor Martins, and this is a Brazilian translated novel, and I know nothing about it besides it's like a queer contemporary coming-of-age story. And then I also have Imago by Octavia Butler, which is set on a futuristic Earth, and this is the last book in a science fiction series. So if I use the books that I currently own, I could easily fit the prompt list and finish this off pretty easily. 3 books is not a lot. I can very easily read 3 books and still have time for more if I am not in my slump. This is pretty manageable except for the fact that I do have to physically read all of them, which again has not been the easiest thing for me to do recently. But those are my plans for the readathon and for the month of April, is to finish 3 books that fit those 3 challenges. We'll see if they actually end up being from this TBR pile. Maybe I'll try to vlog this month again because I love a good challenge apparently. But yeah, I'm really excited for this readathon. It's a lot of fun. I'm doing it in a pretty low-key capacity. There's like Twitter stuff, there's other challenges and prompts, and you can like earn points for your guild house and all this kind of stuff. I might participate in some of the Instagram challenges, but I'm really excited to do this in any capacity because it's a lot of fun. This readathon has a lot of work put into it, and I highly recommend it because it is a really fun time, even if you are doing it kind of like me in a low capacity. And you can join now, you don't have to have done the previous stuff. But yeah, I'm excited to work through this. I think Vera is a really fun character. I really enjoy her. I want to continue working on her through these readathons, but I also have the idea of another character which I'm interested in, but we will see. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you're participating in this readathon and what you're planning on reading. I would love to know. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later, and happy reading.